Hello everyone. So this is going to be a quick patch note breakdown of 1.08 Detroit Become Human by Quantic Dreams. Now, I love covering games like this because there's not a lot of people that do, and as you can see on the list right here on the 1.08 on the PSN, it's just left many bucks of nothing else than just what seems like a filler patch, which sometimes companies will do in order to reinvigorate the, I guess, the electrical light that people look at like, oh, an update, what happened, what's going down. But let's go ahead and slam into the updates. Now, I didn't find horribly too much, but I did find some stuff, so stay tuned. We're going to get right into it for the patch notes. Then let me go ahead and switch over to the web browser. So, as you can see, I definitely did comb a crap load of Reddit, and I did not find anything literally like that would be useful in order to actually present that's like, hey, check this out, this is what they changed. Usually Reddit is a good source. Now, one of the cool things is, and I'm going to highlight this in a situation right now, is that I had a user reach out to me and a viewer reach out to me of Detroit, and they actually put the next patch releases an unreleased soundtrack. Don't think they can. So I'm not quite sure if it actually did end up inside of there, but if it did, let me know. And cheers to that viewer that tuned in and was able to kind of just give me a little bit of an inkling of what was going on inside of here. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to the next page, which again is the same Reddit. Fortunately, nothing really came about. I mean, there is some cool stuff. I mean, if you check out like the fan art, like that stuff's so cool. Check that out. So badass. I love fan art. But let's go ahead and keep going now. This is what I found for as far as anything that was on the table for as far as patch notes goes. So this one comes from the Sony bros, and like now they usually have like the typical point what I give out, which is the very beginning, which is just the many bucks of like fix. There's paying a buck, passing it forward is basically what I'm saying. And the last Detroit is unfortunately Quantic Dream hasn't exactly detailed what is beyond the norm in the description, but hey, at least they're on the ball of fixing issues, and that's a really good point. At least they're trying, as long as it isn't just something that reinvigorates, hey, keep playing this, and you can see that they basically put down to the situation past there. So if you have it, and another minor update, my question is photo mode. They're taking till June. We need it. Now, that's really true. Photo mode would be really great for this situation. But that's pretty much it from Sony Bros. Let's go ahead and switch over to the next one, which is the direct Twitter. And unfortunately, there's nothing. Detroit doesn't even really come down to it. The last thing we had was the last patch notes we covered in 1.07, which, when I came back fresh from SDCC, which you can see him right there in SDCC. So let's go ahead and go to the next one. And this one comes from the PlayStation Experience. Now this one's kind of cool. It actually is like a little bit in German, but just details like the size of it in the same exact situation. Now let me see if I can get a Google Translate real fast. We'll hit a refresh. See if, yeah, there we go. Let's hit a translate. That way now I'm speaking for both my communities, German and English. Let's go ahead and look at that. Now, Quantic Dreams and the sci-fi thriller. And again, 78. It fixes minor bugs, stabilities, and adds fixes for shutter issues. Now, I don't know any of that. It kind of seems like just a page putting it up there for information. And again, this again is the last of the nitty-gritty when we come down to Detroit Become Human for as far as the patch notes inside of what details for this update. You can see this one actually just says the same exact situation, but it's basically detailing that not a lot of people know what the hell's going on, except for like they're doing fixes. You know what I mean? And so it's like I'm going to be reaching out to the community that's watching this, and I saw like when I was combing Reddit that someone put out there one on there that was labeled as, I guess, self-promotion, which was cool. Like I love the community that's able to support. So now I'm going to ask that same community, if you know anything that has changed in the 1.08 and or the 1.07, which I'm going to go to the wiki and will give us a little bit more insight, please let me know. I'm curious. I'm always interested to hear what the diehard fans notice, and I find a lot more stuff on Reddit and more viable situations in games like this where the company doesn't really want to be forthright on what is physically changing inside of there. So let's go ahead and jump over. Now, as you can see, unfortunately, Wiki doesn't even give me anything past 1.07 and, you know, minor fixes. So it's like, again, it's very, very slim pickings when it comes down to the situation that rolls in. So, with that being said, MacGyver 7th is going ahead and start setting up for No Man's Sky. And I'm going to say from M7 News that, again, I am trying as best as I can to find any and all news I can out there. And in situations like this, it comes down to really dry. It makes me wonder if they're doing just a patch just to fix minor things to invigorate our replay. Once they see a huge spike, they figure out what's going down, because maybe they're trying to figure out, but hey, shouldn't they use this as beta testers in that situation? I wouldn't mind being a beta tester streamer for them. But again, if you have more information on this Quantic Dream situation, for as far as what could be entailed inside of this past just the minor fixes and stability buffers, drop a comment. Your boy Mac would very much like to hear from you and see what's going down and see, hey, well, was that music inserted? Maybe, maybe not. Tell me. Drop a comment and let's see what's going down. From the M7 News signing out. Stay classy. And remember, it's not where your dreams take you, it's where you take your dreams. So, I'll see you guys and gals later.